y'all. Happy HRW. I hope y'all are dining out and doing good this August, supporting the Houston Food Bank. Menus are on our website, houstonrestaurantweeks.com. Only a few more weeks left. Remember, the event ends on Labor Day. It is your chance to find a great dining deal, discover a new favorite, meet a new chef.
Hey,
I'm meeting a new chef for the first time. This is Chef Sasha Quincy here. We are at Maven Sawyer Yards, a restaurant, a part of the Rex Hospitality Group. They also have, what's the other name of the restaurant?
we have Solarium,
Yes,
and
Solarium.
a few coffee shops scattered.
Yeah. So also joining Houston Restaurant Weeks for the very first time this year. I'm so excited to see your menu because I think a lot of people don't know that y'all are food also, not just coffee.
You know, it's really funny. We have so many people that come in here for late night coffees and they're like, oh man, I wish I hadn't eaten before I came. I didn't know you had food. So, you know, we're starting food at 11 a.m. every day now to try and get the word out that we've got a whole menu. We've got a whole team ready to cook food for y'all.
And it's not just prepackaged food, like you walk in and pick up a little bag of stuff or whatever. It's actually real food crafted in your kitchen. You're not ordering this from 8 hours away and sticking it in a refrigerator back there.
Yeah, we do everything from scratch, even down to our pastries that we do. I have a full team of people in there doing everything full from scratch. It's really nice.
That's amazing. There's not that many coffee shops that we know that are full service, and you do cocktails too.
We
right?
do, yeah. We have anything from coffee all night, cocktails all morning, food all day, breakfast tacos starting as early as 7 a.m.
And you can hang out and watch the train go by. It's literally going by right now. All right, let's go ahead and head on over to the Foodie Cam so that we can take a look at Chef Sasha's first ever Houston Restaurant Weeks menu. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I got my start, my very first day in kitchens was during Restaurant Week at Kettercole 6 years ago.
Oh my goodness. So this is bringing back the memories. All right, here we go. First course, what are we looking at?
So this is going to be our oysters on the half shell with aguachile and pickled shallots. This is something that's been a staple on our menu since we opened. So on it, you have aguachile granita, which is, I joke and say it's basically if salsa was an ice cream, with red wine pickled shallots and just fresh oysters, you know, a good refreshing way to get you started in August Houston heat.
Yeah, for sure. Sasha, I definitely would not have picked oysters as being the dish that I would see on this first menu at a coffee shop, no less. I mean, this is certainly my first oyster inside of a coffee shop anywhere in the world. Beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. The dish is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried every time I've done a new menu since we opened. I've definitely tried to lean into like, what's something special that people here in Texas will like, and it's approachable, but it's also just good food. And it's something I joke in the kitchen with all the time that like, we want pretty food, but we want good food more than we want pretty food.
For sure.
And even this, like it is gorgeous and it's just an oyster.
It's just an oyster, but it's a good oyster. And it's a nice way to stand out too, because I for sure am going to remember I had an oyster in a coffee house, y'all. And they're going to be like, wait, what coffee house are you talking about that serves oysters? Houston. Yeah. We have everything in Houston. All right, let's go on back over to the Foodie Cam. We are here at Maven Sawyer Yards. They are offering their very first Houston Restaurant Weeks menu ever. You definitely want to head over to the website, Houston Restaurant Weeks.com. Make your reservation on Open Table. They get booked, y'all. You don't want to miss out. All right, Chef, what are we looking at?
All right, so this one is going to be deviled eggs, pretty straightforward, but we do a little twist on it to make it special to us. So as you can see, there's caviar on it. And that is actually our way of kind of putting salt in the dish. But what you can't see is that there's also a sherry reduction on it. So there's a specific kind of sherry called manzanilla. It's an apple sherry. And we reduce that down to a syrup and spray it on top to help, you know, with the flavor that's going on in there. There's a lot of other stuff going on, but I love deviled eggs.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't see them on menus very often, but I love eating them year round and people don't do them very often, which is, you know, eggs, coffee shop, breakfast.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, I've never seen a deviled egg with a sherry syrup before. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah. I definitely have pulled some influence from a lot of chefs. I've worked with so many great chefs in my career, and they've all taught me so many incredible things. And I really wanted to kind of showcase all the things that I've learned in you know, my entire career that I've been in Houston for.
So are you from Houston or are you new to Houston?
I am new-ish.
Okay.
I was actually born in Dallas, but I've lived all over the states, anywhere from Philly to California to Nashville. I've lived all over, but my entire cooking career has been here in Houston. I moved here in 2019. Got here just in time for the pandemic.
Yep.
And I've been here ever since. I fell in love with the food scene while I was here. So I've actually lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else.
Okay. I'm going back for seconds.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful, wonderful flavor.
Thank you.
What are you putting inside of this that's giving it that zing?
White soy sauce.
White soy sauce.
Yes.
Not the brown soy sauce.
No, so this is it's technically called white shoyu. And that's another way of us just adding a light bit of salt to it rather than just putting straight salt into it. Another way of just like making it special to us amongst other things that are in there, but that's the one that kind of draws that flavor forward.
I don't know that I've heard of a white soy sauce before.
It's really interesting. I had also never heard of it until I worked with a chef about just under a year ago, and he introduced it to me, and I tasted it, and I was like, man, that is kind of spectacular.
Where does it come from? Do you know?
So we get ours, of course, through one of our purveyors, but I believe it's from Japan, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be totally wrong.
I'll have to look this up, the white soy sauce. Yeah. That's interesting. All right, back on over to the Foodie Cam here at Maven. They've got a lot going on here. Coffee, cocktails, oysters. Dining out and doing good is now on that list. We are talking to Chef Sasha Quincy. She is the head chef here at Maven. She's proving herself to be quite a talented chef. What are we looking at here, Chef?
All right, so this one is going to be our Caesar cups, and we do put air quotes around Caesar because we don't want it to be too misleading, but it is a baby gem lettuce with kind of a faux Caesar dressing. It doesn't actually have anchovies in the dressing. Instead, there's a relish on top of it, just under the cheese that you can see peeking out there, and that's 2 different kinds of anchovies and 2 different kinds of peppers. So we wanted to have a little bit of spice, but we also lean really heavily into finger food here. You know, it's a coffee shop. We want you to be able to just like eat and have fun. We like to be super family oriented. So that one, we actually build it to where you can just pick it up, and we recommend you eat it like a taco. So you can literally just take a bite out of it. And it gets topped with fresh grated manchego cheese and fresh cracked black pepper. So this one is a little spicy, but not super spicy. And it's just kind of our play on a Caesar.
I love it. And I love how you interjected the relish. Because I don't think I've ever heard those two things in the same dish. Caesar salad and relish.
It is definitely a really interesting dish. Funny enough, I eat one of those at least once a week, just a single one to remind myself why I like it, because every once in a while I forget, and then I'll take a bite and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, it's the relish. It's the relish. That's the good part.
You know, it's so funny. So you're picking us up. So Chef, have you been to Ostia?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So go and see Chef Travis McShane at Ostia. He has an incredible Caesar salad as well. Okay. Whether he likes it or not, it's also a salad that you can shoot little pieces. You pick it up and just shoot it. Yeah. So go try that one too.
I'll definitely have to. I love going and spending time at different restaurants around the city and seeing what they're doing and going and supporting other chefs.
Oh my goodness. Spice. Ooh. Yes. Oh, I love it. What is that other?
So there's
the cheese.
Yeah. So we have 2 different kinds of peppers and 2 different kinds of anchovies in it. The one pepper that you're probably tasting, it's a pickled spicy pepper. It's called a gundia pepper. It comes in giant jars. They're bright green. They almost look like pepperoncinis, but they're Spanish peppers.
I really like it. It's a lingering taste. It's a very good taste. I don't think I've tasted that pepper before, Chef.
Awesome.
Ooh, awesome. All right. Having some fun over here at Maven. I'm surprised. I did not think we were going to be having oysters or Caesar salad. I had no idea. I thought maybe we get some muffins, maybe some apple strudel, maybe an entire HRW dessert menu. I don't know. A girl can dream, but
see, and that would be awesome. I would love to do that at some point. I got my start in the pastry.
Do it.
I did pastry for the first 3 years of my career. So the pastry program here is my baby, 100%.
All right, next year.
Next year, I'll give you a whole dessert menu.
I want dessert for dinner.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back on over to the Foodie Cam. This is Chef Sasha Quincy. She runs the show here at Maven Sawyer Yards. And as you can see, she is kind of brilliant, y'all. Okay, what are we looking at?
All right, so this one is just going to be something that a lot of you have probably had, but it's a bread and burrata. We do it a little bit special here, though. We do an infused olive oil. We have garlic oil on the bread. And kind of the plot here is we wanted people to be able to break bread at the table and share stories and eat together. So this one, we recommend it as an appetizer just so that you can sit, talk, munch on it, have something to kind of snack on while you're breaking bread at your table, you know?
It kind of looks like a dessert.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a scoop of ice cream.
You know where my brain is.
Yeah.
Now tell me, do you guys make your bread? It's okay if you don't, because that's a hard thing to do.
So the bread,
Yeah.
our kitchen is not quite equipped
Not
yet for us
big
to
enough,
do
yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
So we do bring in our breads. But we
Do you want to
we
shout
do
out
our
your
plan.
supplier? We love local.
Yeah, we do.
shout-outs.
We do slow dough
Slow
bread. So, yeah.
Shout out slow dough. I could have said that.
Yeah.
I could have. We shout out slow dough a lot on Foodies.
They
and
have phenomenal
Friends.
bread.
They do well, and if you find somebody who knows how to do it really
Mhm.
well, and you don't have the space, it makes sense just to go to the
Yeah.
experts, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, people are experts for a reason, and
Mhm.
there's no way I could make a better loaf of sourdough than they could. They've been doing it every day.
Sourdough.
Mhm.
Sourdough could just be the only bread. in
Just like everyone
existence.
else, that was my pandemic task for myself, was learning sourdough.
You tried to learn how to make sourdough.
I did it when I got I did a couple loaves. The first perfect one I got, that's when I was like, all right, I did it.
How
Okay.
long did it take you?
I was actually only home during COVID for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So it was over the course of 3 weeks, I was baking kind of 24/7, just sleeping while my bread was proofing or while it was doing whatever. I spent my time doing that because I was really itching to get back into kitchens.
That's not bad. 3
Yeah.
weeks to get the perfect loaf.
Perfect for me.
Perfect
I
for you.
definitely think there are other bakeries that do spectacular that I have nothing on them.
Yeah.
But
Woo.
it was a fun task.
I love talking about bread. All right, let's go back to the foodie cam to take a look at the very first Houston Restaurant Week's menu from Maven Sawyer Yards. Oh my goodness, chef, you are just throwing out all the surprises here. What are we looking at?
All right. So because coffee shop, I wanted to make sure we had a little bit of breakfast on there. So this is going to be a croque madame. So this actually came at the recommendation of one of our regulars who had been in France for a while. And he was like, if you put a croque madame on the menu, I will eat it every day. And he kept up with it for a little bit. He ordered it once a week for a little while, but it became popular amongst so many other people that we just kept it on. So it's ham, Gruyere cheese, house-made aioli with a fried egg on top, and of course, French fries, because you have to have French fries. But we wanted to have some kind of breakfast sandwich that you can also eat for lunch or for dinner or whatever, still have it be filling. So this one has become a fan favorite here very quickly in the last month and a half or so. It's been on our menu.
I love that. And I love how you're putting it on your HRW menu because, you know, you will see so many new diners during HRW. It's a great way to try maybe a restaurant outside of your neighborhood, maybe a type of cuisine that is something that you're not familiar with or something that you have been thinking about trying, but now you've got this great price and you can get a good deal on it. Why not? So you're not really gambling. You're just kind of having an experience. Ooh, talk about these fries.
So our French fries, I love a shoestring fry. California girl at heart. So I miss In-N-Out. I know we have one here. It's a little bit of a drive for me. But I wanted us to have some kind of fry that can be crispy, but still soft because that's really important. And also fries that will stay crispy even when they're cold because I know like I'm not going to devour my whole plate of fries. I want to be able to sit and munch on it.
Sure.
So I ended up bringing in a few different kinds of fries and we kept testing them, asking people what they thought. We would do them for family meal. We would send them out to people. And these are the ones that we have. One guy in particular, John, he's amazing. He comes in twice a day here for food.
Shout out to John.
He's amazing. He works in the art studios
Is
across
this John
from us
right here? No.
This is not. This is
not
actually
John.
our guy who is
Oh.
the croque madame.
Oh, we just talked about you on the show. This is your creation. Yes.
But
Diner just walked through the door. He's the inspiration for this dish we just looked at.
Yeah.
We just talked about you.
we did. But
There he is.
Yeah. But
Welcome.
The best.
so we've got a lot of regulars that we talk to them and find out what they want. The all day menu is even partially because of them. They come in every day from their office and they
This is really
want
funny.
more
Like,
than breakfast
this
tacos.
was not planned at
No,
all. Like
this
my
is
social
awesome.
media production, everybody's hysterically laughing right now because
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're putting your money where your mouth is. You're like, we have locals all the time. Oh wait, there they are.
Yeah. Funny enough, you guys walked in right at the right
We're
time.
literally talking about locals.
Yeah.
And but it must be kind of cool though, because this is, you know, like you said, he was traveling and he's like, if you can make this dish,
Yeah.
you know, it's so great because I think it's one of the great things about Houston is we have so many well-traveled diners and they really know their dishes. Sometimes they can kind of shock even the chef
Oh yeah.
about how much they know.
The amount of times that, especially with him, even he and I will sit and talk because he travels a lot, or other guests, they'll come and talk to me about food, and I'm like, man, I need to lock that into my memory right now so I can look that up when I go home.
Good little
That's
tip.
awesome.
Yeah.
And also, like, I know that I'm young. This is my very first chef position, and I have so much to learn. And you can learn from anyone.
Absolutely.
So,
And I think Houstonian diners are very, very good ones to learn from. And it's good to know that you're willing to listen to them because they are pretty smart. All right, let's go back to the foodie cam. We're having too much fun. They're telling me we got more food. They're making us eat all the food. All right, let's look.
oh, this one I am so excited to tell y'all about. So I am a cheeseburger girl. So we put a cheeseburger on our menu. And of course, cheeseburger, it's delicious. Houston has so many good ones. Now, ours in particular, funny enough, Lance McCullers Jr. is from the Astros. He is one of our owners here, and he had not eaten a cheeseburger in so I think he said some 5-10 years, something crazy. And when we put this on, he tried it because he's an owner, and he has come back once a week to eat this burger now. And he was like, you got me to eat red meat. You got me to eat red meat. So this is his favorite thing on our menu. We also have a few other people who come in for this, but I really wanted to highlight our burger. It's one of my favorite things: house-made pickles, house-made secret sauce. We roll the burgers to order. We do everything on our grill. I really wanted to highlight this one because it is one of my favorite things. I eat one at least every couple days.
I can see it. I can see it on the screen. It looks like a gigantic burger.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like,
so 6-ounce patty, house-made aioli for fries on the side. Of course, we do ketchup as well, but the aioli is my favorite. So I am all about it.
Yeah, no, and I didn't know that this restaurant was partially owned by Lance from the Astros, which, go Astros. We also have another, there you go, that's a hamburger, y'all. Let's go. Y'all aren't messing around with your beef.
Absolutely not.
No,
this is Texas, and y'all love red meat.
Ooh.
And I am also a Texas girly, so.
But shout out to the Astros, shout out to Lance, and shout out to Jim Crane, owner of the Astros, also owns Potente and Oso and Cristala, longtime HRW participants. Those menus are online right now. All right, let's go back on over to the foodie cam to take a look at another dish. I'm so impressed.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
really, truly.
I really had such a blast getting to do my first restaurant weeks menu. This is how I got my career started, and I'm stoked to be a part of it now.
I love hearing that. I really do. I want to hear about your first HRW experience after you tell us about this dish.
So this is the steak au poivre. So au poivre sauce is traditional sauce. It's basically called pepper sauce. So it's going to be beef stock, heavy cream, a lot of black pepper over a Texas Wagyu steak. We wanted to highlight Texas Wagyu because, we're in Texas and it's really important to stay as local as possible. On the side is the same house-made aioli from the fries, but it comes with smashed and fried fingerling potatoes. So that is just, steak and potatoes, super traditional, but our take on that. So picked up on the grill so that you get that nice char, that nice grill flavor. 6-ounce steak. It is probably one of my favorite things. The cheeseburger is my favorite, but this is something that I snack on frequently.
I love that. She's snacking on the expensive beef.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
She's devouring the hamburger, but this is just a snack. No, I love that. And it really shows the variety, not only of your talent and your designs, but of your menus here at Maven. Like I said, I totally had an idea in my head. I was getting prepackaged something, salads, which are great. But I had no idea that you had such a variety of menu items here. This is so refreshing. Now, do y'all do a happy hour or anything special weekends or anything like that?
So Monday, we close at 3 p.m. on Mondays. We do run a couple specials throughout the week, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until 7 p.m. we run a happy hour where you can actually get $1.50 oysters and discounted cocktails and wine.
Okay, that's important. $1.50 oysters.
Yeah. Tuesday night is $2 tacos starting at 7 p.m. Wednesday night is our steak night, which is $26 for a 6-ounce steak, a baked potato, and a beer. And actually starting tomorrow, this Thursday, tomorrow-ish, we're doing a $15 burger and a beer special.
Did you say steak night for $26?
Indeed.
With a baked potato, a steak, and a beer?
Indeed.
Ma'am.
Every Wednesday.
That might be the best steak night I've heard in a long time.
I love baked potatoes. I couldn't see it without it. There was actually I think it was like 2 weeks ago or so, we had a group come in a little bit before we closed and they wanted steak night and I didn't have any more baked potatoes. So we started doing loaded tater tots and loaded fries for them.
Okay.
So something that we're keeping in mind. Yeah.
You better be careful about what you tell people you can do because they're going to come here and they're going to say, I saw you say you could do this. Now I want you to make it.
Honestly, as long as people are coming in and they enjoy their time here, I love cooking food and making people happy. And that's like kind of our whole goal here as a company, but especially here at Sawyer Yards is we just want to make sure that anyone who comes in here has a good time and loves their experience.
I'm having a good time just talking to you. All right, let's go on over to the foodie cam. We've got a couple more dishes to show you guys that are making their debut on their very first Houston Restaurant Weeks menu. You know, Chef, this is like y'all buy one, get one because you're feeding people who really need the help at the same time you're feeding diners.
Absolutely.
All right, what are we looking at here?
All right, so this dish here, everyone loves a s'mores, you know, a good s'mores when you're a kid. This is kind of our grown-up version of it. So it's our s'mores cup. It has a house-made graham cracker crumble, toasted meringue, and then a chocolate mousse, like ice cream kind of situation. It's like if mousse and ice cream and ganache all kind of had a baby on a plate. So dark chocolate, meringue, graham cracker, and a little bit of salt. And that's just kind of the shout out to my favorite dessert as a kid, which was s'mores. But a little bit of nostalgia for anyone who comes in.
Who doesn't love s'mores?
Real.
I mean, I'm looking at this dessert and I certainly would not have, just looking at it, I wouldn't know that it's s'mores, but just by looking at it, it doesn't matter because I know whatever it is, it's so good. Like it looks, I don't care what it is, I'm eating it. I just don't care. Like,
yeah, and it's also a nice little refreshing thing of like, you know, it's hot out, it's Houston, it's August. You got to have something cold to end your meal, but it can also just like it can hang out. You can munch on it as you go. It's shareable. It's something that I really enjoy myself.
So I would start with this. Just appetizer, you know.
Just do like reverse restaurant weeks. So your first course is going to be dessert, and your last course is appetizers.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do that. Yeah, that's totally fine. And I love this crumble. Yeah, this is a really nice crumble.
So big shout out to my pastry team here, who is a one-woman army. She makes every single one of our pastries for all of the Mavens, as well as she helps me with all of our desserts. So I come up with it and I help her when I can, but she really she does so much for us.
I love that. It's got a great taste. All right, one more dish to show you guys on the Houston Restaurant Weeks menu at Maven. It is their very first time. This is their season, y'all, and you know those rookies, they come out swinging. So this is the time to come out and try Maven for the first time. All right, Chef, we got 2 minutes left. What are we looking at?
All right, so this last one here is banana bread. Everyone loves a banana bread, and we are a coffee shop, so we wanted to highlight our pastry program with that. You know, just make sure you get a little taste of the pastries that we have available all day, every day. This pastry is specific to our Sawyer Yards location, but our other Mavens have some of our other pastries.
Oh my goodness. Now, do all of the other Mavens have the kitchen?
They do not. So we are the only one that operates as a restaurant. All of the rest of them, we call them mini Mavens because they're coffee, cocktails, and grab and go food.
Mini Mavens. I love that. So it's important just for you guys to know, this is the only Maven that has the restaurant. So it's the only Maven that has the Houston Restaurant Weeks menu, which is important to know. All right, you guys, remember a few more weeks left to dine out and do good. Support the Houston Food Bank. Come out and meet these new chefs. This is my first time meeting y'all. My friend, it is not the last time you will be seeing me.
I'm really glad to hear it.
And these dishes are incredible. So it's a great opportunity to just try a new place, be surprised, be wowed even. I'm totally wowed. I got oysters in a coffee bar today.
Thank you. I'm really stoked that you came by. It was really nice to get to meet you and to meet the person behind the thing that really started my whole career. So.
Oh my goodness. That's right. Because your first year in working during Houston Restaurant Weeks, y'all, it was meant to be. This is the specialness of dining out and doing good. It's only in Houston, created by my mama, Cleverly Stone. She would be happy. She would have liked you too.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, you guys, make your reservations. Get out there. Get your stretchy pants. No excuses. Make your reservations. Dine out and do good and have some fun. We'll see you guys on another episode, Foodies and Friends.